Hey everyone, the latest update on the stimulus bill and the $1,400 stimulus checks as the Senate is cooking right now. They are embarking on the vote-a-rama, which we talked about earlier this morning, which is in progress as we speak. The amendments are flying in fast and furious, so I wanted to bring you this late afternoon, early evening update and let you know where we stand as of now and to let you know what we can expect throughout the rest of the evening and overnight and over the weekend. So let's jump right into this, but welcome back everybody. Great to see you as always. I hope you're having a very nice Friday so far. I don't know where you're located, but wow, the weather is finally nice where I am. It is above freezing, which is actually pretty nice for where I am. Anyway, thank you so much for being here once again. I really appreciate your support. I just want to do whatever I can to help all of you out. And I know things are starting to heat up a little bit, which is why I want to continue to come back a little bit more often lately, just to keep you posted with everything going on. So like I said, the Senate was back in session this morning, and a little bit before noon, they picked up the vote-a-rama. Now, we've been talking about this in the last couple videos. So we expect this thing to extend all the way probably until early tomorrow morning, as this thing is going to continue rolling on. Basically, during this vote-a-rama, any senator can submit any amount of amendments to the bill that they want, and they kind of go through this rapid-fire voting process where it's like, do you guys support it? Does anybody like it? Does anybody hate it? And they kind of just push these things through. Rapid fire. So that's kind of where we stand as of right now. They're continuing to work on this thing. However, we've had a little bit of a holdup this afternoon. Why? Well, there's a couple things that have come out. So Bernie Sanders has once again introduced the $15 per hour minimum wage provision into the bill. He structured it a little bit differently. However, it's not really getting any support. I shouldn't say any support. It's getting some support. As we currently stand, the numbers are, it looks like it would fail 42 to 58. All Republicans are against it, as well as 8 Democrats have come across and said, nah, we don't like it, we're not supporting it. So, not looking good for Bernie Sanders and the $15 per hour minimum wage provision. I feel like I'm a sportscaster. The team is coming in and they're winning and losing. Here's the score. That's kind of what it really is, though. Anyway, so it's not looking good for Bernie and the $15 per hour. So we have a lot of people that would need to come across the aisle and switch positions, which honestly, it's probably not going to happen. So they might need to revisit this $15 per hour minimum wage provision in a future bill, maybe a standalone bill, something like that at some point in the future. Now, there's been another little holdup, and that is Joe Manchin. He has, he's a really moderate, really conservative Democrat from West Virginia. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just kind of giving you his position. Now, he has, on the unemployment benefits, he's kind of come out and said, he's not really in support of the current provision of extending these things out at the current rate of $400 per week all the way through August. So he's actually kind of leaning toward the other side and siding with Republicans right now, saying, I support more of the lower benefit of the $300, and then he loves this new provision of the $10,200 that is not taxable. Now, I had a dedicated video talking about this a couple hours ago, so if you're somebody receiving unemployment benefits, I would really recommend you to check out that video. That's a huge, huge update for those of you who received unemployment benefits back in 2020, or if you're currently receiving unemployment benefits. That is a big, big one. You want to watch that video for sure. But Joe Manchin is on the side of Republicans right now, and it's not really looking good for Democrats when it comes to that because they need his vote with the even split in the Senate of 50-50, Republicans and Democrats. They literally need every single Democrat to vote in favor in order to get things passed through. Well, he's one of the Democrats, and he's kind of siding with Republicans right now. So that has been holding up the chamber for a few hours this afternoon with their process of moving through with this. They're kind of trying to persuade him to come back, Joe, we need you. And he's like, nah, I don't like it. I want to stick on this side because this is what I believe in. You know what? That's just kind of what he believes in. So, yeah, not saying it's a good or bad thing, just kind of let you know where we stand. All right, so where do we go from here, and what about the $1,400 stimulus checks? Well, what's really cool about the $1,400 stimulus checks, I have not seen anything come out as far as amendments onto them other than the amendment we saw yesterday, which was lowering the income thresholds. I talked about that, but I can run through it really quickly. Basically, an individual, 75 grand, you get the whole thing. 80,000, it's a strict cutoff, so the phase out is only $5,000 there. And then for couples, 150, you get the whole thing on your latest tax return, and then $160,000 of income, you get nothing. So anyway, that's the latest amendment, which would happen through yesterday. But other than that, I haven't seen any amendments on the $1,400 stimulus checks. I feel like at this point, honestly, that's kind of like everybody's in agreement on the $1,400, right? There's been so many changes and updates and discussions on this $1,400 stimulus check. That's like the major talking point of the stimulus bill, well, alongside the unemployment benefits. But it feels like at this point there is widespread consensus with the $1,400 stimulus check. So it's good that they're not playing around with that one. They just kind of left it alone, just kind of like, it's good to go. Let's just leave it alone. Let's focus on the other elements. It seems that there's a lot of back and forth debating amendments on other provisions, like I've been talking about the unemployment, the tax provisions for unemployment, the just the other things in there, the $15 per hour minimum wage. It sounds like these are the things that are grabbing the most attention right now, which is good. I just feel like keep your hands off of the $1,400. Just leave it alone. Let's not play around with it. Let's not add any amendments to it. Let's just leave it as is. It's perfectly fine. The reason I say that is because as it currently stands, it's going to reach basically all of you that watch this channel. You're pretty much good to go. I feel like if they play around with it too much, all of a sudden, then it starts weeding out too many people that really need this money. So I just feel like, let's just leave it alone. Pretend like it's not even there, guys. Let's just push the package through, and then we can get our hands on the money, right? So anyway, it's good. What can we expect the rest of the evening? I want to tell you what we can expect here with this vote-a-rama. So we expect, like I said earlier, this thing's probably going to extend early tomorrow morning. Probably, realistically, I wouldn't be surprised to see them playing around with this thing until like 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, easily. Now, maybe it won't last that long simply because these people get tired, right? They're like sitting in the chamber, they're getting exhausted, and they just feel like, you know what? We don't care anymore. Let's just get out of here. I'm tired. I want to go sleep. And that's just kind of what happens is eventually they kind of all just throw in the towel and say, you know what, whatever. It's going to happen anyway. Let's just get out of here. We're tired. We want to go home. We want to leave this thing now. So it'll wrap up at some point early tomorrow morning. I mean, realistically, who cares, right? It's going to affect them, not necessarily us. This is just the necessary process that has to happen with this budget reconciliation process. So, they're the ones suffering, not necessarily us. But other than that, tomorrow, we would expect, most likely tomorrow, we're going to be expecting the floor vote in the Senate to actually vote on this thing, like a real-life vote on this thing to get this thing passed through the Senate. Now, if it doesn't happen tomorrow for some reason, there's a million perfectly good reasons for why this couldn't go to a floor vote tomorrow. Now, again, a lot of things change, which is why I continue to bring you these updates. But if we don't get the floor vote tomorrow, being Saturday, then we could expect possibly it would happen Sunday. Now, the reason I say possibly, they might just say, you know what? Let's just take a day off. Let's just head home for Sunday, and let's just come back and hit it hard on Monday. You just never know. There's a lot of things that change constantly throughout this process. As you've noticed over the last couple months here, over the last year that we've been talking about this stuff. It's all up in the air until it's finalized. I mean, there are no guarantees until it is in writing and it's signed off on. So either way, we should have a vote here within the next, I want to say 24, 48 to 72 hours. We should definitely have a vote in the Senate. I would anticipate realistically probably more within the lines of 48 hours. We should have a vote in the Senate on this thing. And then once they pass it, which it's going to be very tight. They need all Democrats, provided no Republicans vote for this thing. I mean, that's just the consensus as of right now. It would pass the Senate, and then it goes to the House, where, like I said earlier, we can expect probably a day or two in the House to get passed, and then it's on to the president for a signature. So, I know it's annoying. I know it's a lot of time that we have to sit and wait. More, just hurry up and wait. You know the saying, hurry up and wait. But there's maybe a possibility that this thing could be on the president's desk before the deadline of March 14th. The earlier the better, because the earlier he can sign this thing, and assuming he signs this thing right away when he gets it, I would imagine he would sign it right away. If there's any delay, then it's going to be like, dude, you got to sign the thing. Yes, I just called the president dude. Whatever, right? But yeah, hopefully President Biden signs this thing right away as soon as he gets it. And then as soon as he does, it's going to go into law, right? It turns into law. And then we can finally start to see these $1,400 stimulus checks distributed as quickly as possible. So anyway, I wanted to give you this late day update just to let you know what's going on. I got your back. Don't worry. I have my eye on all of the free money, and I cannot wait to help you gain your share of the pie. Everybody wants some pie right now. Some real pie, some money pie, and some apple pie. Anyway, enjoy your day, everybody. Corey and baby, say hi. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Maybe again later tonight. You never know. If something big comes out, of course, I'll be here for you and I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll probably catch you in the morning. I have some good videos scheduled for this weekend. I'm excited for them. And we'll talk through some big issues, or I shouldn't even say issues, just some big points that have come up here over the last couple of days. And I think you're going to find these videos to be very beneficial. So once again, I got you. Don't worry. I'm on your team, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out through this time. Stay safe. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you later.